Yo, 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 what is up, everyone? Today is Crypto Recap Weekends. And I am going to go over the crypto market today and just the crypto market. Oh my goodness, things have been unbelievable in the market. I'm excited to share some of the huge updates, not only in the Cosmos space, which you're seeing and looking at right now, but just in general. Okay? I will tell you guys my top picks, my top investments for 2025 going into the most likely alt season bull run coming up here. And the reason why I say that is because of this page right here. Let me go ahead and refresh. I'm on a different browser because I connect via VPN to Europe in order to kind of show you guys some of the wallets and things that you need in order to get some of the tokens that I am currently investing in. And I will tell you guys the reason why I am investing into them. Okay, so what you guys are looking at right here is an insane move last week from a measly $93,000 Bitcoin to now $104,000. Unbelievable. We're looking at a very similar structure. Um, I think Bitcoin will have continuation patterns here. From what I can see here, this is a continuation pattern to a possible move higher. The only bearish stance that I have on this this thing here is if we look at the RSI. It's all right. We'll go over that later. But anyway, I feel like the RSI, it's probably, volume gets lower as the price goes higher. That's bearish normally. But in this kind of environment, it was doing the same thing here, and it went up instead. So, very interesting, very cool. But for the first time in 4 years, okay, this is what people mean by the 4-year cycle, or at least this is what I mean by the 4-year cycle. We are getting a huge move in Bitcoin, but a pretty drastic fall in the Bitcoin dominance. Okay, you can see here on the hourly, we go from 65% to a little low, a little down, like down towards 62%. You can see it on the right side here. Again, from 65% to 62%. If we were to look at some structure here, right? I drew a line from here to here. Okay. And we could even draw a line here if you want. We still broke structure. Okay. The other big kind of structure that I'm looking at is this one right here. All kinds of taps, right? We will see if Bitcoin goes lower than 60%. And if it does, guys, I am calling the bull run. It is happening in the alts, okay? DeFi summer is getting one step closer to being here. Super exciting, okay? All right, so now I'm going to talk about which DeFi projects I am most excited about. And it's because of one protocol that I am just so crazy about right now, okay? And that is the Babylon Genesis chain. What is the Babylon Genesis chain? What does it do? Okay, guys, going to the next tab here. All right. Basically, what happens on Bitcoin stays on Bitcoin. This is the first proof of stake network that we ever have with Bitcoin that doesn't require wrapping or pegging, right? You just stake your Bitcoin directly and securely. via your own custodian wallets with Bitcoin. Okay? You could request an unbonding period at any time. Okay? And I believe to unbond your Bitcoins, it's currently at 2 days at a time. Okay? Gain the security advantage of Bitcoin, the most decentralized cryptocurrency, while minimizing reliance on your native token's inflation. Yeah, exactly. All right, that's huge. Babylon's gonna give not just security to the overall DeFi space, but also liquidity. The Babylon ecosystem consists of a wide array of protocols focused on providing Bitcoin to BSNs to help grow your network. Specifically, right now, very much in the Cosmos sphere, okay? But through IBC Eureka, which we're going to talk about in a minute, they are going to expand to not just the Cosmos sphere, but also Ethereum and also Binance, the Binance network, the Base network, the Optimism network, all kinds of different networks. Babylon plans on expanding to all those networks via, Bitcoin and Bitcoin staking. Okay? Yeah, pretty much. Supercharged networks, BSNs with Bitcoin holders, giving you direct access to the largest and strongest community in crypto, which is Bitcoin. I mean, this is huge, right? This is huge. And they've been audited a crap ton of times. And right now they have 250 plus finality providers. And then these are all their backers. Just a crap ton of backers. Okay? This is huge. Huge. I mean, I don't need to even say it, It's crazy how big this is going to be and how big um, how big this is happening. All right. Anyway, if we look at the staking interface right now, over $5 billion in Bitcoin TVL is inside of it, and over $3 billion is already registered, and they've been registered now for about 4 weeks now, 3 or 4 weeks. Really exciting. Right now, the largest network within the Babylon ecosystem is Lombard. You can see here with Figment, which is a well-known validator in the space. They helped all kinds of huge projects today take off. These mainnets. These when I say mainnet, I mean coins like Solana and XRP and Tron and Osmosis and Persistence. That's what I mean by mainnets. These tokens, or Figment has really helped tokens like that take off. Kiln, another huge one. Galaxy, another big one. P2P.org is also another huge one, right? We also have Solve Protocol, all right? And, man, guys, I can show you here on CoinGecko that with Lombard and Solve and Babylon, that's the whole reason Lombard BTC is where it's at, where it's at right now. Okay? If we were to check and look at where Lombard BTC is at, LBTC, oops, not bad, LBTC. Lombard BTC is ranked at number 63 in market cap. Okay? So if we go down to 63, it's right here. That's huge. It's got $2 billion in total, and you can't even do a crazy amount with it right now until Babylon comes out with their phase 3, which they're going to release their 30 different derivative type of networks, right? And these finality providers that have partnered with Babylon, right? Like pSTAKE is going to start, or pSTAKE is going to be the finality provider for YBTC, which is a yield generating Bitcoin on the Babylon chain. All right? The 30 different Bitcoin networks is going to be released, and are going to be thrown into all these different finality providers for Babylon. All right? Huge. Huge. All right? So, what am I most excited about? All right? Obviously, Babylon is one of those projects that I'm really excited about. Babylon's going to be the key player in releasing all of these one-to-one backed BTCs, right? The true BTCs like Lombard BTC and Solve BTC and I forgot to show you guys Solve BTC, right? Which is ranked currently at 94 in market cap. Okay, in the top 100. I'm sure you guys have seen both these protocols, including Pump BTC. Pump BTC was also in the top 100 at one point, but currently right now it's ranked at 176. If we were to go to the Babylon Genesis chain, Pump BTC is right there. Okay, guys, this is huge. All right. I realize Babylon is a risk-on asset here, but things are pointing in the right direction for it. Okay, over $8 billion on the Babylon chain, currently, and Babylon's going to be that gateway, that connects the entire Bitcoin economy, one-to-one backed, like real Bitcoins, into the DeFi space. That's going to bring more security into DeFi, more liquidity into DeFi, and it's just going to revolutionize the decentralized finance world. This is why, I believe Babylon is a great investment. Okay, if you guys are interested in investing into Babylon, you can come here, baby. Its short phrase is baby. Okay, if you guys want to find it, right now trading at 9 cents. It just came out. Not too long ago. Okay, it came out back in April of this year, April 10th. Okay. Wow, that's actually amazing because IBC Eureka also came out on April 10th. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Anyway, Babylon came out April 10th of, and I'll explain IBC Eureka in a second and what it does. Okay, but yeah, this is huge. Babylon is going to give us people the crypto sphere, okay, access to Bitcoin. The DeFi world is now going to have access to Bitcoin, direct Bitcoins, not wrapped Bitcoins or pegged Bitcoins, real Bitcoins into the DeFi world. That's going to be huge. So Babylon is here to stay. All right. Okay. Now, on the Babylon chain specifically, we have pSTAKE. Okay. And because of my background in understanding, where is it? Somewhere here, pSTAKE. There it is, pSTAKE. Okay. Because of my background in persistence, I have always kept an eye on pSTAKE. But in my opinion, pSTAKE is insanely undervalued. It's I understand Babylon's speculative right now on whether or not it's going to take off, but I mean with $8 billion, $8.4 billion now, getting ready to be thrown into this network. Man, guys, I don't know. I feel like pSTAKE being an actual token and it being a finality provider that's going to provide YBTC into the masses for the Babylon ecosystem. I believe a lot of people are going to stake their Bitcoin with pSTAKE, and that's bullish. Right now, pSTAKE's $8 million market cap. That's startup level, right? but it's still a core Babylon Finality provider with real infrastructure and multi-chain presence. You know, if Babylon staking works here, it wouldn't take much volume for this to 3 to 5x just on a speculative level, right? Even if a small percent of Bitcoin staking yield flowing through pSTAKE could justify a $40 million to $100 million market cap, which would put it at, 50 cents, $100 million, right? I don't know, guys. I feel like, with that in mind, pSTAKE is something that I'm also investing in, right? So the two coins that I'm investing in for this DeFi bull run are going to be Babylon in a massive way, and maybe about 20% of my portfolio into Bitcoin staking. We click on here, right? This is what it kind of looks like. All right, you connect your wallet. You can connect it via MetaMask and Coinbase wallet as of this moment, and you can actually take your pSTAKE, stake it, and start earning Coinbase BTC, CBBTC. That's pretty big already that you can do that. But it being a finality provider for Babylon is huge, especially because right now the total value locked is 10.32, right? And you can connect your Bitcoin wallets to it, through OKX, BitGet, your own ledger if you want, Unisat, your Bybit wallet, Lether, or Gate.io, the Gate wallet, right? You can get any of these. I personally use the ledger, but you can stake your Bitcoin here, and in the future, during phase 3 of Babylon's launch, as soon as you stake your Bitcoin, it's going to become YBTC, and you're going to be able to use that YBTC in the crypto space. That's huge, guys. I don't know. I just feel like pSTAKE is going to do really well. All right? And if we look at, where it came from persistence. I also think persistence is going to do well. I do have a holding in that. But if we were to look at pSTAKE, right, persistence has a $14 million market cap. pSTAKE, on the other hand, right, if we were to look at that, has only an $8 million market cap. And it's sitting at 1 cent. All right. Man, I wish I had picked it up, a couple weeks ago, because it was at 0.010. It even went below 1 cent for like a period of time. But guys, wow. we're looking at beginner level investment here. Okay, it's at 1,739. And it's a finality provider for the up and coming biggest network, in my opinion, the biggest network in the world, other than maybe Ethereum, right? But now I was just talking to other people the other day, and we were so excited about Babylon that we were even thinking to ourselves, if this really catches on big, and 1 million to 3 million Bitcoin get deposited into the Babylon network, and people start using real Bitcoins throughout the Osmosis network and beyond, we were talking about how Babylon could reach a $200 price, and that would put it in the top 5 of cryptos, if not a little bit higher than even Ethereum today, which is pretty crazy to think about. But my brain, I'm a dreamer, right? And with what they're doing, and the fact that they're coming out with their phase 3, which is 30 different types of BTC brands. That's how I should put it. BTC brands. It's not really a derivative of Bitcoin. I mean, they say that, but really it's a BTC brand, like Lombard BTC. That's real BTC. It's, you connect your real Bitcoin, it becomes Lombard BTC, but that's still real BTC because it's being secured by the Babylon chain, right? Huge, absolutely huge. Okay. All right. So, with that in mind, they are really working with IBC Eureka, and if you click on Make Transfer, right, open new link, it opens up this page, okay? And this is kind of what the future, in my opinion, is going to look like. You're going to be able to use your Lombard BTC on Ethereum, Babylon Genesis, right? That's what we're talking about. Cosmos Hub or Osmosis. You're going to be able to transfer it into USD or Ethereum and its 17 different types of networks, right? And you're not going to need to wrap or bridge or anything like that, right? If you want Ethereum on the base network, right, you could use your one Lombard BTC on the Babylon Genesis chain, or in this case, the Ethereum chain or Cosmos Hub chain or Osmosis chain, and you're going to be able to transfer it into Ethereum on your base chain, or Ethereum on your Ethereum chain, or Ethereum on your Optimism chain, right? Or, I don't know, we could do wrap BTC, right, on Ethereum, or wrap BTC on Optimism or Polygon or any of these other networks that you may or may not use, okay? Persistence being one of them. Pretty cool. Yeah, guys, I mean, this is huge. IBC Eureka. Basically, it's an inter-blockchain communication system, but instead of it just being inside Cosmos, it's now going to be able to be used throughout the cryptoverse. And I believe Babylon will bring liquidity into, into this world for this specific project. Okay. I wish we could see how much I'd get if we were to do it that way. Maybe on the Ethereum chain. There we go. Wow. So yeah. I mean, guys, this is fucking awesome, right? We're looking at maybe $100 fee right now, but the fees are going to get cheaper as time goes on. And this is to get wrap BTC on Ethereum. Let's say you want to wrap BTC on Polygon instead, right? Well, it's a little less, right? But I mean, this is the future. This IBC Eureka just came out about a month ago, and with the volume of Lombard BTC being what it is, right? I mean, this is huge, right? So, I don't know. I feel like, I feel like this is the future of decentralized finance. A lot of the Bitcoin volume is going to come through Babylon and kind of revolutionize the space with IBC Eureka. And, any of the finality providers on Babylon, right? I don't know. I just feel like we're looking at the future of finance here. Osmosis is now on the Babylon chain as well. I mean, guys, Babylon is going to be a huge success. I hear there are even networks that are already working on top of Babylon, like DEX apps working on top of Babylon, planning on being a perpetual market for the Babylon chain, like tower.dex. If we were to look up that, right, tower.dex, I think that's what it is. Yeah, Babylon's native DEX. All right, tower.fi, my bad, tower.fi. We already have projects like this working on top of Babylon. I mean, guys, we're looking at the future of finance here. I don't know. Real BTC getting thrown into the network this way, and then using IBC. Oh, this is so, the volume isn't crazy on IBC Eureka yet, but come alt season, things like this are going to be released, like Stride, IBC Eureka Dex, and I'm sure other apps and chains are going to be released on top of the IBC Eureka technology, which will increase liquidity over time. and I already know, liquid staking protocols and pool protocols like persistence and osmosis and even pSTAKE are going to bring even more volume into this space, which is going to revolutionize, this whole thing. I believe that this technology kind of brings everyone together. It kind of puts an end to the whole tribalism type of, feeling in the crypto space right now. I believe Bitcoin has the potential to kind of not centralize, but kind of like, bring everyone together and kind of centralize the decentralization of the DeFi world, right? And or I should put it more like Bitcoin has the opportunity to create a central hub for the decentralized finance world, and I believe people are going to want to build on top of this technology and bring this together. I already know that Ethereum has partnered with IBC Eureka, you know, and I believe that people are going to be able to use, the Ethereum network and all kinds of different networks, um, you know, for pretty much everything here. So, guys, I can't say this enough. So excited. Now let's get into the third part of. I could talk about it all day, but let's talk about the third part of, what I wanted to talk about today, which is how do we buy pSTAKE? Where do I think you guys should go? There's two ways really. The first way you could do is this is how I've been doing it lately. You can go on to Simple Swap right now, okay, and um, you can transfer whatever crypto you have into Osmosis. Send your Osmosis to the osmosis.zone website. Connect your wallet to it. I use Kepler for anyone who's interested. As soon as you connect your wallet, you'll be able to transfer your Osmosis into, pSTAKE. That's the first way you could do it. Okay. So I simple swap Bitcoin into Osmosis, then I send my Osmosis to Osmosis Zone, then I transfer to pSTAKE. Another way you could do it is you can come to swapspace.co. It's an aggregator, and you can actually transfer your Bitcoin into pSTAKE, which would put it on the Ethereum chain. If you wanted to transfer your Bitcoin on Osmosis, it's going to be on the Osmosis chain, and you could actually hold your pSTAKE on the persistence chain or the Ethereum chain, or now you could even hold it on the Babylon chain if you want. So really cool, guys. Really cool. Anywho, that's how you could buy pSTAKE. All right, those are the two ways right now that I know of. If you want to be involved in the actual liquid staking for pSTAKE, and you actually want to earn Bitcoin from your pSTAKE, which you can do now, you have to buy pSTAKE on Ethereum, which you'd have to go to swapspace.co for. And then you can click on this right here on the pSTAKE Finance app and actually bridge your pSTAKE from the Ethereum network to the base network. And once you do that, you can stake your pSTAKE and start earning BTC, CBBTC in this case, as a reward. And you can take your rewards, and buy more pSTAKE. So I'm not currently doing that. I have all my pSTAKE on the Osmosis mainnet, and I could IBC transfer that into either the Babylon chain or the persistence chain. So anyway, waiting for that, waiting for pSTAKE to take off. I do believe pSTAKE will take off in a big way. And if you guys are interested in buying Babylon, which I would be if I were you, you could also buy Babylon on the Osmo wallet or the Osmo hub, right? Just type up baby, and there it is. And then once you transfer your Osmo into baby, you could then withdraw your baby into the Genesis chain, and you could do all this via the Kepler wallet or the Leap wallet, or even if you want the Cosmos Station wallet, if that's what you guys are familiar with. Okay. So yeah, and you can also buy baby on Kraken for those of you who are in America. And then there are some networks, or I'm sorry, there are some exchanges that are pretty loose on their KYC laws. At 2bit, you could buy your Babylon on there as well. If you guys are interested in buying Babylon, I would be if I were you. I believe Babylon is going to be a big part of the future, and I do believe it is a top 10 token. I don't think pSTAKE is a top 10 token because it's not a mainnet, but it is a finality provider, which historically coins that have been really early with big projects like Babylon do really well. So, all right, guys. I hope that all makes perfect sense. If you have any questions on these networks, please leave a comment down below. Remember to subscribe if you love this content. Again, Monday through Friday is more of my trading futures channel, but on the weekends, I love to talk about cryptocurrency and kind of just what I'm seeing and what I'm looking at here. Again, Babylon is going to be the future because it is the only technology, the very first technology to be able to where you could actually stake your Bitcoin, your real Bitcoin, and it stay real Bitcoin. And then these branded BTCs like Lombard, you're going to be able to use throughout the DeFi space, including with IBC Eureka, which it's already live on the Ethereum chain. And it will be live eventually on the Babylon chain. I believe I don't know if it's live on the Osmosis chain yet. It looks like it is. Oh, that's cool. You could actually transfer your Lombard BTC on Osmosis to Lombard BTC on Babylon for no fee. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is the future, right? Oh, we have a gateway. We have a gateway for this too. Wow. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Guys, again, no bridging required, right? No wrapping required. It's just straight up inter-blockchain communication systems between different mainnet networks, and that is the future of finance. Look, you could exchange one Bitcoin for another Bitcoin on a different network for only $26. What the fuck? That's crazy. All right. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, again, if you guys are interested in subscribing, you love my content, please do. Like, comment down below if you have any questions. Again, the future's coming, guys. Excited. Remember to load those bags, and I hope you have a wonderful crypto summer this year. Peace out.